Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. It's Shay
I'm just Joe. Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. It's just Joe.
and Shay.
And we are going to...
That was too long of a pause.
No, it's not. It's a good pause.
No, it's not. It's not a good intro. Okay. Oh my gosh. We got some questions from some of you guys on Instagram. So I want to go ahead and answer some of those questions. This is like the questions that we get like mostly. So yeah, we're going to answer them. So a lot of people ask, what is our age gap? And our age gap is 16 years. I am 32 years old.
And I'm older.
But yeah, so that's our age gap because that's like the biggest question that we get. Another question that we get is, when are we having a wedding? And the answer is...
stay tuned.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know yet about that. So yeah, you guys just have to stay tuned. So the last question we're going to answer in this video, because we have another Q&A coming up because we got more questions, because I did ask you guys to go ahead and ask us questions. But the last question we're going to ask for this quick Q&A is they asked if it's hard for you, and I'm summarizing, I'm not going by your actual words in case you're watching, but they asked if it was hard for you to still be with me after I presented you with a contract. And if you guys don't know what that is about, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick little summary. So Joe and I was on a show called Addicted to Marriage, and on that show I did go ahead and present him with a contract, a marital contract, which basically stipulated the things that I expected and everything like that. And a lot of people in the world thought that it was just a little bit too harsh and that I was doing too much. So our supporter is asking, was it hard for you to be with me after that contract? And how did you feel about the contract?
So I'll just kind of summarize briefly. Anytime anybody presents you with anything to sign, there's always an initial knee-jerk reaction to be taken aback. But because it came from her, and because relationships are all about what's the word? Give and take. What's the word? Compromise. There you go. Compromise. You know, you start to kind of process everything, and you're like, okay, this is my life partner. This is somebody who just wants to feel secure, and you have to understand where they're coming from and their feelings. So ultimately, no, it's not difficult for me to sign something like that. And again, it's compromise, you know, give and take. So I let her know what was not okay, what was okay. And ultimately, I think if you love somebody and you're going to be with them, why not? I mean, you make sacrifices, you make compromises, and that's what a relationship is. If you really love somebody, you're going to be with them forever, then it's really not a problem when you start to think about it. So it's not as bad as it initially sounds, even on camera. You know, I think there's the shock factor, like, oh my God, they want him to sign a contract. It's like, well, if you stop and you really think about it, you make verbal contracts with your partner every day. For those of you who are married, for those of you who are together for years, you make verbal contracts. Like, you pick up the kids, you take care of the pet. I mean, these are all things you do for your partner because you love them. You know, so this is no different. It's the same type of thing. Yeah, I'm signing a piece of paper, but if you really have convictions that you're going to be with that person, then it's not as shocking as you think. It's something that for you to actually sit down and look at it and go, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to be with this person. I love this person. For them to feel secure, I'm going to let them know, hey, everything's going to be okay.
Right. And although they were just asking you, I wanted to say this from my point of view. So as you guys seen in the show, and if you did not see, definitely make sure you guys watch it. I'll try to go ahead and link it down. You guys can. It is available for purchase on Vudu, and then it also came on TLC, and then they also have it available here on YouTube. But just to give my 10 cents, okay? So if you guys seen the show, you see that obviously I have been in failed marriages and engagements. And one thing that I have never done is really sat down and obviously, you know, I was young when I was going through those things. But I've never sat down and really had that understanding, you know, like, and say like, hey, this is my expectations of you. And this is, you know, and I did not have any intentions on chasing Joe away. It was to just let him know, like, hey, this is my expectation. Can you meet that, so that we don't waste time? We don't waste time getting engaged. We don't waste time getting married. Because I feel like that, you know, played a very big part in my past. And I even had, and I won't say any names, but I even had one of my exes to be like, well, you know, we never had like a mutual agreement on specific things, which if you in a damn relationship and you engaged or you married to somebody, then you know that some things are just standard, right? I mean, you can hear it without it being said. But I just felt like I wanted that assurance and reassurance that everything was gonna be okay, because people was coming for me, okay? But it is what it is. I have to make the, you know, my next move, my best moves, for me and also for our relationship. I just wanted this relationship to be something that lasts. So with that being said, I had to take different measures and precautions, and that is what made me comfortable, because a lot of people out there like to judge, but when you go through divorce and when you go through breakups with like engagements and things, those things really impact your life in a negative light. And I want to make sure that, you know, even if, you know, I was to go through like a breakup or, you know, another divorce and everything, that I tried my best and that I put everything that I had into it, and I did and took every step to make it work. So if that makes sense. So I'm not just out here like getting engaged left and right. Like, I'm trying to evolve into a woman to have a marriage that is fulfilling and lifetime and just long lasting. So yeah, I know y'all was asking the question for Joe, but I just wanted to put that out there because I know a lot of people come for me like, oh my gosh, like why would she do a contract? But if you think about it, I feel like even if you're not going to do a contract, make sure that you do stipulate and make it clear your expectations, okay? It don't have to be in the form of a contract like me, because people call it that crazy. Okay, call it what you want, but you need to make sure that you got that understanding and that y'all here, okay?
And if y'all have been married or are getting married, I mean, that's basically what marriage vows are. They're a verbal commitment to your partner. So it's really no different.
Exactly. And I didn't understand why people were coming for me, because I'm like, do they not know the process of marriage? Like, you have to sign, like, you have to sign a contract. So this was just like a premarital, that's what it was, a premarital contract. Like,
no, don't use the word contract. It's a vow. I mean, basically,
yeah, like people
vow.
were just
yeah, I mean, that's all it is. It's just a promise, you know, to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's just a promissory note, basically. When you get married, when you join in a civil union, when you do anything that you guys are together, you do have to sign a contract that is, you know, legally binding. So I didn't understand why it was such a problem with a contract that I did not get notarized or anything. Like, I just wanted to have that understanding. Like, I just feel like people don't, like, you don't really think. Like, you just see something on TV and you're like, oh my gosh, let me go and say my opinion. It's like,
it's just
stop
the face
and
of
think
it.
about it.
I think it's the initial shock face of it. Like, oh my gosh, a contract. Well, it's...
Think about it like this, okay? So say if I want to make a hair appointment, right? I make my hair appointment, like I find a girl on IG, I make my hair appointment. She then sends me a contract with an agreement and everything. I pay her the money because she wants me to understand that you got to be here at this time. My grace period is this time. This is how much it costs. This is the location, and this is like, it's basically just breaking down so everything so that I can have an understanding as to what is going to happen with the styling, what is going to happen with the cost, what's going to happen with the appointment. It's not a big deal. I mean, people are, and I respect everybody. Yeah, I respect everybody's opinion. Like, even everybody who came for me, like, I really respect everybody's opinion. But what I will say is, like, some of it didn't make sense. Like, make it make sense.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think everybody has their opinion. You know, there's a broad spectrum of opinions. Everybody has a right to their opinion. I think
Right.
for us, it's, you know, it's between us. So for us, it made sense because it was just kind of laying out of her, you know, reaffirming her I don't even want to say insecurities, but your feeling of
No, I just
security,
wanted the
you know?
assurance and reassurance. That's it.
And it's just a security.
That's it.
And a talking point.
Period.
You know? That's it. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys give us a thumbs up. Be sure to leave us a comment down below. We would love that. We would love to chat with you guys. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys will not miss when we upload videos. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.